Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I am waiting for an appointment. At least I hope it's here. I was calling and they said it was, but it's not what it says on the whatever that is thing on the outside. But I'm an hour early. Adam came with me. He's walking around somewhere. He's doing this thing since yesterday. He isn't responding. He's not chatterbox, and he's not responding to stuff that I say like he usually does. And it's because I had mentioned this again about him mansplaining stuff to me. Apparently, he hasn't said. Well, he did say yesterday. He said, I have been quiet because I don't want to mansplain it to you. Figured he was up to something. He's older than I am. So I told him, I said, good, it's been good. If you read the definition of mansplaining, it's so true. This is what I'm like, why didn't I ever think to call it that? But I probably did. Actually, probably did. I just didn't, once the mansplaining term came out, because that's what he does. Big time. He had just walked by. But I'm not making an excuse for him because this really irritates me, but he grew up in a country where women aren't thought of as the same as men. Males and females don't even go to school together. Okay? And anyway, his mansplaining, I can understand that's where it came from, but no. And I think what pushed him yesterday was because we were going to Dairy Queen, and something happened on the road. I'm not going to say what, but I said, now that is so sexist. And I made a comment about men who are real sexist, and it wasn't a nice comment. So I'm not going to repeat it. But then after that, he started saying that, it is good. I am serious. It actually is really good not to have him insult my intelligence constantly. And I've mentioned that he comes from this actually family. If somebody says something to him, and then they'll say, one of them says, actually, and then puts out like he knows best. He's younger, he's the next generation. He's probably in his 40s, so by now. But I just saw something. Okay. Anyway, it distracted me for a second there. I was like, what the world? What in the world? But anyway, and the more I thought about it, it's more of the men do it. The women, they will do their own little thing of it, like come to the visit, and they want to cook whatever, to cook their food from, like I said, a country across the globe. I didn't say in this video, but yeah. And they want to cook their own food for everybody, when they come to visit, and all that, and for Adam, and so on. And they move stuff around. I will still be looking for stuff, who knows how much later, because they believe they know where everything should go. These were starting when we were like in our 20s, okay? And their brain couldn't forget that easily, because I would try to make excuses for them and say, maybe they just forgot where stuff was. Well, no, they just thought that they knew better where it should be. Seriously. That whole family has an arrogance like you would not believe. Or you may believe. If you've dealt with people who are very, very arrogant, they have that, I call it, well, I don't call it, but it would be collective or group narcissism. They're the best family in the world. And that's not the only family I've seen do that. One of my neighbors, they believe that they are, and they are so backwards. You would not believe how they are not at all something that a family, I would say, to follow in their footsteps. Not at all. So Okay, anyway, I got here at this appointment early. It was just a straight, basically, kind of once we got out of the neighborhood, just basically like two roads, pretty much. Well, not two roads, but pretty much a straight shot. Why don't I just say that? And it went faster. Plus, you know, I'm used to whenever I would go out on a weekday morning, like when it would be rush hour traffic. Rush hour traffic would be like this highway in front of me would be a parking lot, and every road, everywhere, people were bumper to bumper and just waiting for the lights to change, and take a couple hours just to get down the road a few miles, you know. But now that a lot of people still work from home, it's not as bad. And this is so much years later. So, okay. Yeah, like I said, we made it here, and we had the Panchos, and then we're going home. After my appointment today, took a long while. I got there early, and it was, still my appointment was when my appointment was. So, some places, you know, they'll take you early, but anyway, it's just the first visit, and he's kind of run some tests after my, if I have that angiogram. But I did, Adam was trying to throw me under the bus, as I say, throw me under the bus, including under those I'm nowhere near. I added that little bit. I don't know how long ago. But that's Adam. You know, he every once in a while, especially when he's a hangry person. You know, when he hasn't eaten, oh man, serious. I am serious. Do not like being around him when he hasn't eaten. Or when he ate too much carbohydrates. Either one of those. He's like, whatever that would be for hangry. Anyway, he kept trying to throw me under the bus, and I've had a way dealing with that, you know. Doctor seemed to be wanting to catch on, but, you know, I brought up with this doctor, and it's appropriate one, you know, something about my, my rare health condition. He seemed to be wanting to doubt it. He said because it's so hard for them to diagnose. And I told him, I said, well, is this hospital system that diagnosed it 25 years ago? But no, he wasn't really doubting it. He said, well, he said there's so much stuff has changed now, and we have so many different tests. And I said, well, I also have the tumors, and benign tumors. With each thing, he was, oh, you know, and I started just pointing stuff out. And one thing, it actually has improved, and I noticed it, and Adam noticed it. The doctor, of course, wouldn't notice it because he's never seen it before. But I kind of wonder about that. Anyway, he also explained something else to me, you know, that would be a little, it would be there, the thing, but it would be in a different way than what is mine. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say all that stuff, no. But, I don't know. I don't like when a doctor immediately wants to doubt stuff, you know. So I brought up, I think they both caught it. I brought up what a nurse had said when I was in the hospital Labor Day weekend, and I told him, I said, she said this, and so that goes against anything I have ever heard about that. I said, I do read what the NIH says, and it just goes against. He goes, oh yes, no, that is not what she said was wrong, and to make it short. I said, and then she doubled down and she told him. I said, that's what he listened to, what she said. I said, I haven't gone through all these years to hear some, you know, things wrong the whole while. And this young woman doubled down on her, what she said was wrong. So, Okay, so we made it back to our part of the world here. And Adam ran in to get some little market over here to get some tea. He says he's got to have his tea. So they changed the place a little bit. They put a bunch of, I don't know what you call it on there. But anyway, he said he'd be out fast. But oh, I am tired, let me tell you. We just stopped and got some gas. And I went into the store. Just all this walking today didn't feel all that good for me. Oh, what are they sending me now? Somebody's going to have to be texting me something. Texting or calling every time I turn around. But anyway, I am exhausted. Do I sound exhausted? I should sound exhausted because I am exhausted. And it's, let's see, 1:41. And we left today. I don't know, was it 8:30 or 8:45? Somewhere in there. I think it was before 9. So this has been a busy day for me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And we both thought, that Pancho's didn't taste like it used to. And it was so far and all that. Not the best neighborhood. He said that it used to look livelier in them. And so we said, nah, it was good to go, but that's the last time. So, I usually don't say that. I usually don't say the name of it. But it was something special for us when we were younger. Could be that we just gotten older and our taste buds are different now, and it just doesn't taste the same, just doesn't seem the same. Some of it was good. I liked the stuff that I got overall. One of them had cheese in it. It was enchiladas. I didn't think it would have cheese in it. It was just all cheese. I thought it was all meat, but it was okay. But their sopapillas used to be so much better, but not now. It's different. Things change. Anyway, enough for this for now.